Back on the Hill, they are testifying before a House hearing set for the top of the hour. Yesterday, they appeared before a Senate panel. Democrats kept the focus on a group chat that led to a major leak that we led our show with today. And joining us now is Republican Crawford. He's the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. I want to get to the other important worldwide threats, but let me just get your initial reaction to the continued saga that is this TextGate situation. Like, in your opinion, given your expertise, does the government need to build its own new, modern, secure way to communicate when people can't all be in the same room?
We already have that. It's just not necessarily tied to your phone.
Got you.
And so for that reason, it can be a little inconvenient. And we've gotten really sort of reliant on the convenience of being able to communicate on our phones. But even then, if you had a secure app that along the lines that you're suggesting, that you'd still have the potential for somebody to look over your shoulder and collect information on. So there's nothing really, I think, that's foolproof in that context. You've still got a phone and it's in your hand. And that's probably one of the biggest challenges we've faced.
All right, well, let's get back over to the other big worldwide threats, one of them being drug cartels. And the witnesses talked about this yesterday. Let's take a quick listen.
Cartels are profiting from human trafficking and have likely facilitated more than 2 million illegal immigrants encountered by law enforcement, straining our vital resources and putting the American people at risk.
The direction for the FBI is to track down any individuals with any terrorist ties whatsoever, whether it be ISIS or another foreign terrorist organization, and now to include the new designations of the cartels down south and elsewhere.
When you think about worldwide threats, where does cartels rank for you?
Well, they're very high on the list, and the fact that the administration designated them as foreign terrorist organizations was a good positive step in us dealing with them more proactively. One of the things that we're going to hammer on in our hearing is changing our posture, because we're coming off an administration that really was very passive in this regard, and we want to be very proactive, take the fight to them, and protect Americans, and that's going to be important, and it's going to be an important topic of conversation today.
All right, there was also questions about China and the CIA director. He talked about that. Watch.
There's nothing that prevent China, the People's Republic of China, from cracking down on fentanyl precursors. One of the reasons that they don't is that there are more than 600 PRC-related companies that produce those precursor chemicals in an industry that generates $1.5 trillion.
So that is an issue and related to the cartels.
So when you have the conversation about cartels, you cannot omit the very important detail, the fact that China is a part of it. Because of the reasons that the director just indicated, is they continue to be the supplier, the chief supplier for the manufacture of fentanyl that finds its way into the United States. So they are part and parcel of the problem. Further, not only are they engaged in enabling the cartels, but they have carved out a niche in our neighborhood as we sort of repostured post 9/11, redirecting our assets to the global war on terror. We've left our neighborhood vulnerable and allowed the Chinese to come in and really position themselves in a belligerent way against us.
What else should people be looking at? I like to ask this question on what are we missing? So you're the chairman of the Intel Committee. Is there a part of the world that you think we should be more concerned about?
Yeah, I think my focus is, and particularly in this Congress, and it has been for a while, is the Western Hemisphere. I think that we have really ignored our neighborhood, and we've got the opportunity to shore that up now, and I think the administration sees that. It's very important that we take care of business at home and in our neighborhood, and the China threat is prevalent, it's pervasive, and we've got to push back on that. We've got to provide alternatives. We're going to hear about that today. We continue to hear about, obviously, Ukraine, Russia is going to become a topic of conversation today. Russia continues to be something that's on our radar screen, obviously, every day. Iran, North Korea, all of that. Plus, just because we have sort of repostured militarily as it applies to great power adversaries doesn't mean we're ignoring the global war on terror and continuing to deal with threats like ISIS and other terror organizations.
Well, we're glad that you're all on top of it, and we'll be paying attention today. Crawford, Congressman from Arkansas, thank you.